One of the guys, this Houston Sports Talk back in the video today. The Washington Wizards have traded for Kelly Olynyk. Man, I feel bad for Kelly Olynyk. I've always said in the last couple years, and I as a Rockets fan, watching Kelly Olynyk with the Rockets made me think this. I've always wanted to see Kelly Olynyk back with a playoff team. In the first couple years of his career, that's what he was. He was always on a playoff team. The first at least 7-8 seasons of his career. I've had 4 seasons in Boston, 4 seasons in Miami. Was used to being on a team that was in the playoffs and competing. His last year in Miami, they went to the NBA Finals, and he always played a good role on either one of those teams in Miami and Boston. And then he gets traded to the Rockets. He played some of the best basketball of his career when he got traded to the Rockets, and I loved watching him with my favorite team, the Rockets. He averaged 19 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, and ever since getting traded from Miami to Houston in the Victor Oladipo trade for Olynyk, it's just been going to bad teams over and over again. This was Olynyk's choice, but he went from Houston to Detroit, signing a contract with Detroit. But ever since then, it's just been, like trades to other bad teams, like not his decision. Got traded to Utah. Then he got traded from Utah to Toronto. Got traded from Toronto to New Orleans. And now he's getting traded from New Orleans to Washington. So Washington team, I think, very well might be more improved next season. They're adding more veteran experience on their roster, especially with this trade. CJ McCollum and Kelly Olynyk coming in as veteran guys. And last year at the deadline, added in Middleton and Marcus Smart. I've always said, you look at 2 teams in the last couple years that have gone from bottom of the league to playoff team again. Veteran experience is a big reason of those 2 teams, getting back to where they need to be. And those 2 teams I'm talking about are the Rockets and the Pistons. Look at the Rockets, 2022-23, out of the 2022-23 season being 22-60. The Rockets added Fred VanVleet and added Dylan Brooks, Jeff Green, Jock Landale, Aaron Holiday, this whole mix of veterans, about 4 or 5 veterans they add in. And then you see the Rockets go from 22-60, 41-41. As a Rockets fan, that was great. And then this year, 50-plus wins. Look at the Pistons. The Pistons were a bottom team, worse than the Rockets were at 22-60. The Pistons were like 18 wins, whatever it was, or 16 wins. And look at what they did this offseason. Added in a bunch of veterans. They added in Tim Hardaway Jr., Tobias Harris, Malik Beasley. There are a couple other guys that they added in this. Dennis Schroeder was a late offseason, a late, mid-season acquisition. Added a bunch of veteran guys to their roster, and things started going well for this Pistons team this year. And they were a playoff team. They were the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference, and did solid in the playoffs, playing a great Knicks team with more playoff experience. So you've seen with 2 teams who were bottom of the league, just like the Wizards were this season and the last couple seasons, you've seen adding in veterans and mixing them with young guys has kind of worked with 2 different teams in the Rockets and the Pistons. But I don't know if their young core is as strong as the Rockets and Pistons was. When they had an emergence. The Wizards' young core is really strong. I like Alex Sarr. I like Bayalo Coulibaly. I think Bub Carrington is a really solid player as well. They've got a young group. We'll see who they draft tomorrow. But I just think right now this team is a little not there yet, but they're veteran. I think the veteran guys they have around are probably better than the Rockets and the Pistons had, though, because you've got Chris Middleton, you've got TJ McCollum, Marcus Smart, and Kelly Olynyk. So that's great for Washington as well. But you get Olynyk, you get CJ McCollum, you get a future second-round pick, and you give out Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey, who never played a game for you, and the 40th overall pick in this deal. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.